Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to talk about who is gonna win the final of Women's T20 World Cup 2023, which is going to happen between Australia and South Africa. So I'm going to analyze the match, what's going to happen in that match. It will going to be just a calculation of me about the match and the players who are going to play, about their bowlers, their batsmen, and who could fare well, so you can make your team more effective and could win money. So let's start the video. First of all, I would like to say that while I was watching a lot of matches before, I could say that the main bowling attack, if you look, of Australia is mainly is of their spinners. If you look into the semi-final, which happened between Australia and India, so in that match you could very well make out that Australia is using their spinners very effectively. Their spinners Ashley Gardner, then they brought in another bowler, Jonathan. They used their spinners very well, and their bowling was very effective. And second part was that India was chasing at that time, so while chasing, that spin became more effective, their bowling became more effective. If you look, then they only played with their two fast bowlers, if which main fast bowlers, I would like to say, the Shute and Brown. Other than that, they were mainly using their spinners so that they could keep the Indian batsmen in control. The openers went for 2 runs and 9 runs, I think, 2 and 11 runs. Shefali Verma 11 or 9, and Smriti Mandhana was 2. Then Yastika Bhatia gone. Then after that, when Jemima and Harmanpreet played, they played very well. I would like to say they played very well, and Harmanpreet is also one of my favorite players. But the thing was that after Jemima got out, and then the other player came, Richa Sharma. So after that, the Australian players got a little bit of relax, and just the chasing part was much more dependent on these two players, Harmanpreet and Richa Ghosh. And at that point of time, if you look from that point on also the match, then you could clearly see that Australian players are targeting leg side, like they want their players to hit, they want the Indian batsmen to hit the leg side, and there were no fielders on the offside. And all the players were inside 30-yard circle on the offside, but on the leg side there were 4 fielders on the leg side, or 3 fielders on the leg side, on the boundary line. So you could clearly see that they were trying to bowl the Indian batsmen in a way like they only have one option to hit on the leg side, and if they want to give a big hit, they have to hit on the leg. And they were not giving any room so that the players could hit on the offside. Harmanpreet played a very fine shot on the offside, making room for herself and very well connecting the ball so that it goes over the fielder on the in the 30-yard circle in the off. So as you can clearly see, the planning of Australian bowlers, and the main part of Australian bowlers is their spin attack. I'm highlighting this point that Australians' main attack is their spin part, and they would come behind and they could win the final. They are very well planned. They were very well planned against India, and they are very well planned. They will be very well planned against South Africa. And South Africa's now coming to South Africa. South Africa is a very good team, and the way they played in the semi-final is appreciating. And the openers, mainly Wolverdart and Tasmin Bretts, played very well. The opening pair is very good. The batting lineup is also very good. Marison Cap is also one of my favorite players. She plays very well. She bowls too. But South African bowling attack lies mainly in their fast bowlers. Fast bowling is their attack. On the spin part, if you would say, then spin part, they have their player Malaba. Malaba is the spin player. Other than that, from Malaba, other than Malaba, only there's one player, Chloe Tryon. She bowls spin, and there's another player, Lewis, the captain, but she bowls very frequently. But so the spin part is dependent on these two players, Tryon and Malaba. Other than that, they are fast bowling Khaka. Other than that, Cap, Nadine Clerk, and one more player, Shabnam Ismail. These are the players who are their core players of bowling attack, and fast bowling is their main. So it becomes a little bit of, well, I think that it would be difficult for South Africans to destroy the Australian bowling attack, because they are very much well prepared with the spin attack, and they would, and South Africa used the same strategy as well, like Australia, which Australia used for India. Like, they want the batsman to hit on the leg side, and they would bowl in such a way that the batsman would have only one option, that is to hit towards the leg side. The same strategy is used by Australia against India. The same strategy is used by South Africa against England, and both while chasing. While chasing, what happens is the other team comes into pressure, they want to hit, and even though the score is less, the gap between balls and score is about 10 or 15, they just wait to hit them big and to make them a mistake. So they want the players to hit on the leg side, and the wicket is gone. If they can make a room, then it is very much good. Other than that, it is very difficult for a batsman. And if I feel so that Australian spin attack is very much superior than South Africa's fast bowling attack, which is their core bowling attack of Ismail, Khaka, Marizan, Cap, and the Malaba could be effective, and Tryon becomes a very good player, could be effective, but Nadine Clerk, Marizan, Cap, these players for the fast bowling attack, I feel they have to work on their bowling attack. And I'm not saying that South Africa will lose in the final, but it would be very difficult for South Africa. They have to give a tough fight to Australia, because Australia will be using the spin attack, and they would destroy South African batsmen. They would try to, but if South Africa plays well, then South Africa will win surely. And
now I want you to look at this scorecard. Now this is a scorecard where Australia was bowling against India. So you could clearly see that the main bowling attack is spin attack. Ashley Gardner, then Jez Jonathan, George Wareham. These are the main spin bowlers. Other than that, their fast bowlers are two, Megan Shute and Darcy Brown. These two fast bowlers completed their spell of 4 overs. Other than that, they mainly used their spin bowling attack, and which was very effective. I would like to say that it was very effective. Just highlight my point. And it would be tough for South Africa, because if you look on South Africa bowling attack, then there was two spinners, that is Chloe Tryon and Malaba. Other than that, they are all fast bowlers, Nadine Clerk, Marizan, Cap, then Khaka, and then Shabnam Ismail. And Lewis, the captain, could bowl good spin bowling, but she bowls very frequently, so there is no definite chance of her bowling in the final match. I don't know, but make your team accordingly, and I would highlight the players which would play well in the final. In the wicket keeping section, you can take both the players of Australia, Beth Mooney and Alyssa Healy. These two players should be in your team, because these players can hit big and can score very well. And if Australia bats first, then these two players are most important players to pick in your team. The toss is also a turning point, that which team will chase will also be interesting to see, and how they will chase, because they have defeated their opponent while chasing by using the same strategy of placing the fielders on the boundary line of the leg side and bowling in such a way that batsmen will have only one option to make room and hit on the offside, or else hit and they will have only one option to hit on the leg side. Other than that, they have to take the risk of making room and hit on the offside over the fielder of the 30-yard circle, which is inside the 30-yard circle, and hit over them. Other than that, they can't. So in batting part, you can take Lanning. Lanning will be a good option. Lewis and Tasman Brits. I think these three players are very good. And you could take Wilberdart, that is on your risk, or Tahila McGrath. From these two players, other than that, you can pick, or else Tasman Brits, you could pick. She's a very good batsman, or else you could pick Tahila McGrath or Tasman Brits. That is up to you. And in all-rounder section, Ellis Perry, Madison Capp and Ashley Gardner. I think these three players will be effective. Madison Capp is a must pick from South African side, and Nadine Clark is up to you if you want to pick or no. If I would drop one player from the batsman part, then I will surely pick Wareham. She is a very good bowler, and if I am not picking her, then Megan Shute, Jonathan and Brown. So these three players will be fixed from Australia. Now you will say that you have not picked anyone from South African side. Bowling part is very weak from South African side, which I have picked. Yes, I am going with these players. And captain, vice captain, Ashley Gardner could be your captain. She bowls very well. You have seen her in the match against India. And if Australia is batting first, then surely Ashley Gardner should be your captain. And you could, for vice captain part, Madison Capp could be a good option, or else Madison Capp, if you don't want to make Madison Capp as a vice captain, then another option could be Alyssa Healy, or Beth Mooney could also be a good option for vice captain, or else you could make Madison Capp. That would be a safe option. Ashley Gardner for captain and Madison Capp for vice captain is a very safe option which you could go for, and this is how your team is gonna look like after that. I have Australian side is much more superior, I feel, in bowling than South Africa. Yes, I'm not saying that South Africa has a very bad bowling attack. They have a very good bowling attack, but the chances of Australia winning seems quite more, but we can't underestimate any team, and South Africa could win big. That's why I said if you want to replace one player, then surely replace and pick Malaba. Malaba, as I said, is a very good bowler of South Africa. Then other than that, if you want to pick, then pick Khaka. She is also a very good player, or else Shabnam Ismail. So these are also very good players. Shabnam Ismail bowled very well against England, so you can pick her. Or Malaba is also a very good spinner. You can pick her. If you want to go with my team, then surely go. You can replace Tasman Brits with Tahila McGrath, or else if you don't want to take Tasman Brits, you can replace any other player. Like if you want to replace, then replace Jonathan, and you can pick Shabnam Ismail if you want, or else go with this team. Thank you for watching this video. Share as much as you can and like this video and drop a comment about what you feel, who will win against Australia versus South Africa final T20 World Cup 2023 on 26 Feb. Thank you.